episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Good afternoon, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike Felicio.
Hello through everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Tom Vassell.
Well, we just can't trust that Z's going to know when to go is the issue.
Right.
You've broken our trust.
No, I understand that 100%.
See which way we were
Sometimes
going.
I will say, I'm Z Garcia. Welcome to the show. Even though Tom just welcomed you, but I wanted to welcome you myself.
That's true.
Go ahead, say who you are.
No, I'm good.
Sometimes I do that. You know what I mean? You never know what I'm going to do.
All right, well today, as always, we're looking at Kickstarter, GameFound, another crowdfunding platform.
We do have a different
one
platform
today.
this
We almost
week.
had two.
Wow.
Mattel apparently has their own crowdfunding platform.
Interesting.
Really?
Why
So-
don't we have it? Why aren't we looking at it?
Because of the time
Oh, it's
frame.
not, okay, it'll be coming up later.
Usually our projects end in the next week or so, but sometimes we talk about ones that don't. But if we haven't talked about the one you think we should have talked about, it's next week.
Next week.
If we don't talk about it then, it's the week after that.
The week after that.
And if it ends before we didn't want to talk about it.
Nah, fam.
We have options.
All right, let's take a look at what we got today.
Oh, goodness.
Today's show is sponsored by Last Light.
Yes.
This is Roy Kennedy's game, and go back it.
It's supposed to be within the last 10 days. You're not supposed to talk about it.
Also, we want these. What was it? I want this.
You want that alien faction.
No, I want the upgraded ships.
You want
Yes.
the upgraded ships.
The different sculpts.
Also, I
Look
want
at
the
that.
board that moves with the app connected.
Oh!
Just press a button. Is that a
Fancy
thing?
pants.
No.
Not a thing.
Okay.
Depends on how much we make.
That'd probably be a lot.
That's
That might tie into one of our other projects this week. All right. All right, let's go to our projects. Here we go.
All right.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yes,
Yes.
it
Says
is
it in the
definitely
video.
If you watch the video, you learn how to say it. That's
This
what I
is
got.
one I'm very surprised it's not doing better. It's just barely matching its goal.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think this is like necessarily the type of game that I tend to like, but I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, but let me show you why. Let's
Why?
start here at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game?
Yeah.
I'm done scrolling.
I
Next
guess.
project.
That's about as
I
far
guess
as I got. That's,
the problem is
yeah.
though, if you watch the video,
Just
I mean, he
recap
does
my
explain
experience.
how the game. It's one of those card battling type games, but
To me, it seems very similar. My only red flag here, and I agree that it looks good, and the guy's using his artwork
yes,
to build this. It seems very similar to Star Realms, the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
It's basically Star
It's deck
Realms
building,
esque.
Star
It's
Realms, yeah.
deck building,
Yeah.
and then if you play the same faction,
you
then
get a
they-
Unition,
they work together.
and if you have 5 different, then it's a mega Unition.
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's like, okay, sure, it's very Star Realms. So I like that, and I like this little world.
I do too.
It also then says this takes 90 minutes to 2 hours.
That's the red flag.
Whoa!
That's the red flag. to me,
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it
yeah.
for me. Everything else is working for me until you hit me with that.
Yes,
I can
I
play
agree.
Star Realms in 30 minutes.
Yes.
Or less.
Right.
30 minutes or less. Actually, if it's more than that, it's free, from what I understand.
Oh. Wow, getting
Those
back
days are over
doing
now.
the Dominoes model. Okay, all right.
I really like the artwork. I like the rainbow-esque
Yes.
at part of it, too.
Right. Yeah, I'm just
And being
surprised
like
it's
Star
not doing a
Realms is
little
not a bad thing.
Not at all. I just don't know why it's 2 hours.
better. That's the issue.
Right, yeah. What's it bring that justifies that time?
All right, Teburu. For the life of me, how long has this been on Kickstarter?
Well, I don't know. It's 22 hours to go, so it could have been a relatively long project. I mean, sometimes it close things.
Because we played this a
month.
while,
Like a
but I think
month.
maybe we played it before it launched.
We did, I
Right.
believe, yes.
So if you have not seen Teburu, it is a system. You put this device on. I guess the device is the board.
It's the board,
Or the
yes.
board can go on top of the device.
Yeah.
You hook it up with an app. You need one app to run it, and then at least one other app to pass around.
Yeah.
They were
Bluetooth.
originally working with Simon. They were going to put Zombicide on this. Then that fell through, so they decided to make this game called The Bad Karmas, which I still don't know why this isn't just Teburu. And then they're like, and you
This would be
get
the-
one starter game with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little confused on how it was set up because it looks like you can get just the board if you want to buy that
Okay.
with no game included.
That makes no
Oh,
sense.
Well, you eventually, I assume it's like if you're not interested in this game, but you're gonna, you like the idea of the technology and are assuming.
Would you buy a PS6 if there were no games and it didn't play PS5s?
100% not. Also, you can't find any of
Right.
those. But anyway, so you can buy that. You can buy many versions of the game. Like, so it's like episode 1 you can buy, but if you want episode 2 and episode 3, it costs you more and more. So I didn't do a lot of research, and we usually get hammered for that. But I wasn't going to spend that much time on it, honestly.
Right,
I'm a little worried that they're leaning into the parts of video games that a lot of folks already don't like. Paywalls, chapter releases where the content exists, but you need to pay it individually later on. It's not quite microtransactions,
Yeah.
but it's leaning towards that.
Right.
So is it tech first and foremost? And oh yeah, there's a game. If you want it, apparently. I don't
Right.
know what you're going to do with this thing if you don't get the game. Doesn't do anything else. Or is it a board game first?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
paying a
From our
lot.
playthrough, though, I felt it was very tech first.
It is.
100%
Like,
tech
you know,
But-
and that was, is that going to be the pattern with anything future coming out?
I don't know. It just seems weird to do this with one game, and you don't even have to get the game. I don't understand that.
I didn't see it anywhere on the page. Did they say more games? I mean, I know they say more games are coming,
Sure.
but do they announce what they are? Give us
I
any
didn't
kind of
see
clue.
any of that. No,
I haven't seen.
They were
My-
working with a company. What company did they announce was recently that they said they were going to work with? There was some company that makes games.
I don't know.
I don't hate the fact that this is video game-esque.
Okay.
I like
okay.
video games.
Sure.
And the game we played was fun, but it wasn't $400 fun.
No, but we
you think
did
that?
not see all of it. We saw, I'm sure, a pretty small part of it. But my this may be not a big deal, but to me it kind of was. In the video, they were kind of pushing this idea that with this system, you don't necessarily have to read a rule book first.
I hate
what I was
that. I
gonna
hate
say.
that.
Now that was kind of the impression that we had going into ours, and I felt lost a lot of times.
Well, we didn't know even after the game. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's
So
the
if
rule,
you're
that
going to
doesn't
do
make
that,
sense.
if you are going to
yeah.
do that, then you need to have and maybe they do, I'm not saying they don't, but you need to have a very robust tutorial system that actually teaches you the game. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a big risk for anybody who is interested in this. You are someone who wants to be on the cutting edge.
Yeah.
You are into tech. You love gadgets and gizmos, and you want
Right.
to support this.
Sure.
That's fine. I think of this as like the equivalent of getting like a Steam Deck right now.
Yeah.
They're just coming out. It's a little unproven.
Right.
But if you want to be on that cutting edge and just sort of test out new tech, then this is, this is bridging two hobbies for you. I agree. I mean, I like the video gamey-esque nature of it. I agree with you about the $400, it being one game, a system that might or might not have more for it later on. Just don't know.
And I'd like to know, like, what's that price point for those future games? If you have the Teburu
sure.
and you're just getting a game,
Right.
it's $400. Once again, it's an investment. You kind of make that argument. But if it's like, oh, and then each future game is going to be $300 because we
Sure.
had to develop, you
Yeah.
know, the software for it to interact.
Obviously,
that's like, ugh.
You're
Even-
paying for
you know,
minis too. There's
Even
some-
if the future game is just as much as a minis heavy game.
right.
Even if it's just that. Even if it's $80, $100 for a game. That's what I pay for a game anyway.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
have to start dividing the cost of the tablet, the Teburu thing, into those games.
Yeah. There were some neat technological things, just even in
what
our
was that?
kind of proof of
Go back
concept.
up.
There were some neat.
No,
looking
that's who
stuff.
it is. Sword and Sorcery.
Oh,
There it
okay.
is.
It was
Ares
Ares
Master.
games.
Ares,
Ares
right.
games.
Yeah, Ares.
Now that actually has me more interested.
Sure.
A dungeon crawler, and if the game itself and the app handles a lot of
Sure.
that heavy lifting
Yes.
with stats, and I don't need to worry about that. Like, I just tell me I'm going to use this weapon, I'm going to roll
But
these
would it not
dice.
have been better to wait and launch it with that, something known, that
I
it doesn't
agree.
feel as much of an investment at that point
Yeah.
then?
This
Yeah.
is not Super Mario.
Like,
This
Yeah.
is not a strong enough game, I think, to carry a whole system.
That's-
It's a decent game. If we took everything out and just that game, I enjoyed it. I had a good time, but it was fine. Is that the wrong word?
Sure. Now, I do wonder how we
fine.
would be
It was-
approaching this if it was Zombicide that this was launching with.
But
a known
again,
game.
Zombie
That's
Sign
what
going
I'm
into it,
getting
it's a
at.
known game, and we
That's
would know
what
how to
I'm-
play because a lot of
that's
that
what I'm saying.
frustrations.
Yeah.
I needed a rule book. I needed to know how to play going into it because
Yeah.
the game didn't teach you.
Yeah.
This is one really long page.
Yeah, there's a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of
A
stuff. going on.
lot of
no
people are
wonder we didn't,
raving
like,
about it and
Sure.
stuff.
Miss those, like what games are next because it's so buried.
Where was it?
Just saw, up. I said no wonder we'd miss the sword and sorcery and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah.
so
There's a
buried
lot
and
of stuff
like
going
there's
on.
so much.
Yeah, and they
it's
mentioned
just-
Vampire
yeah.
Masquerade, which I don't care about. I don't know. I mean, if,
Wait, did it say that you're getting? No, go right above Vampire. Above. By backing this, you'll not need to repurchase. Oh, okay, yeah, you won't need to buy
okay,
it.
yeah.
well,
Of
no
course.
joke. If I had, I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah.
If I had to repurchase Teburu for each one, I'd be like, no.
No, not-
This-
maybe not.
If I'm as a consumer, this is 100% a wait and see for me
It's
because I want to know.
You
I
know,
need at least 2 games, I think.
we've talked and maybe even got a little bit of grief about some TCGs are speculation. This is speculation too.
But this is more. I don't think this is money
This is
speculation.
tech,
Tech
though.
This
speculation.
This
yeah.
is
That is
fun.
not worth it,
Yeah.
though. Tech, by its very nature, gets older. Like,
Yeah.
speculating on this, it would be like when the Apple Watch came out, speculating on getting one. You
Yeah.
know they're putting out a different one, assuming
Right.
they're supported at all.
Right.
In a year, there will be the iWatch 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is not. I don't know. Speculating on tech. I don't mean I don't mean like buying stock in the company. Obviously, I'm
Right.
talking about literally buying a thing, sitting on it,
And
hoping it
hoping-
goes up.
Yeah.
Right.
It's tech. It gets
Yeah.
old just sitting there.
I think you
There's
meant
no
by,
benefit being in now.
I mean more like you're speculating that there's going to be stuff coming out.
That's not speculation.
Yeah,
that's early adoption.
early adoption.
Early
yeah.
adoption. This is the problem. It might be.
It might be amazing, but will it in 3 years? Will the board itself, the Teburu, cost $1,000? Because if
I know.
not, there is no benefit besides playing this game
Right.
to getting it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There might be another one at $400 in 2 years, which is Teburu 2.0 with more interactivity, of a smoother thing, of this and that, because they've had 2 years to innovate. That's technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
It's a big risk.
It
yeah.
is.
Encyclopedia Brown. No, sorry, just
I used to
Encyclopedia.
love Encyclopedia.
Is there
Brown.
any tech in this?
No.
No.
No, this is garbage.
Zero
Move on.
tech.
I'm not sure. I don't know that I love the art on this. At least of the
crazy.
people.
Really?
I love
I liked it a lot.
the art in this.
But it is Holy Grail
In
games.
fact, I looked up the artist because of it. Yeah,
Did you really?
I did.
Yeah,
I like
love
the art of the animals. Maybe it's the people.
Could be.
I like all of it. I think
I
this is
do
a
too.
great looking game. Yeah, I really like
agree.
the artwork.
Yeah, the only thing, and we mentioned Holy Grail, that they've had some nice productions, and generally I think that their, art design and everything is right on point. But I'm waiting on the deluxe museum to still show up. That's quite late,
Okay.
and so it is a dangerous game to launch a new project when you're
Yeah.
significantly. Well, I think it was
Well,
October of last year it was supposed to come out.
I'm okay with that to some degree. There's shipping things.
There
and-
is, yeah, there is. So yeah, no, I'm
It's
just.
when you have
I'm-
like 3
That's
backed
true.
up,
I'm
then
just
But
I'm
you
putting
like,
also
that out
know
there,
that if
but-
you're on that campaign, is it
Right.
because of shipping stuff, or is it like, oh, develop? I mean, like
It's so hard to say. I
It's
mean,
one thing if it's like
I'm
it's
sure
on the
that
ship
played
and,
into it.
and coming out. It's another if it's like,
Who's the designer of
I
this
think
one?
it's still in production issues. I think it's the
Right,
same
that's-
designers as Museum.
Oh, is it?
I believe so. It
To
says
be
at the top it's a team of
To
two.
be fair, it is Holy Grail Games. They've
Yeah.
put out a bunch of games.
Yep.
This is not someone's second campaign.
No, of
you know
course
what
not.
I mean?
That's
So
true.
Of course not.
that kind of perceived problem doesn't bother me as much. Like,
No.
oh, their last one's really
Also, it
late.
is a pretty quick turnaround.
They're saying
here.
it's coming out this year. That's the only
That's
reason I'm
pretty
bringing it up.
good.
Really?
That's the reason I'm bringing it up because I'm like, okay, is this really going to come this year?
Wow.
So, I hope so.
This looks very cool to
It
me.
is Oliver Melson and Eric Dubas Dominations, which
Yeah,
I love.
right. And then
Museum, which I liked.
Yeah.
The one of the problems that Museum had was there was like 600 not 600. There's 6 expansions for it.
Yes.
And I didn't feel like it needed 6 expansions.
Sure,
it's
sure.
literally just a set collection game.
Did you feel like it needed expansions, period? Do you feel like the base was enough?
1 or 2 were nice, I think.
Maybe,
Okay.
you know, but again, it wasn't that heavy of a game. It's a game that looks heavier. You're like, look at all this stuff. No, you're just collecting
It's set
sets of
collections,
cards.
Okay.
yeah.
In fact, I think you thought it was just okay.
I thought it was just okay. Yeah,
I liked
which
it more
is-
than you did.
And I like it more than that. But okay, but I mean, I like it.
Dominations is a big game, much bigger, much more complex. So these designers can do that.
Yeah.
They haven't delivered on that one either. The upgraded Dominations.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't know when that one's due, though.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Still, though, I like it. I like the name, too. Encyclopedia is a
too.
good name.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
good theme.
neat theme.
Right.
All right. ONUS. Traianus.
There's no J, sir. Traianus.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's a little bit of an optical
It
illusion.
is, yeah. So were you any of you aware of the ONUS system?
I've heard of it.
Okay, I
I've
hadn't heard of
seen
it.
that logo before too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it.
Cards as units, though, is something I'm okay with.
Yeah,
You
it's
love that.
I don't love it.
You
I'm
love that. It's one of your favorite things in games, right?
But what are you liking the war game, but with cards where you're literally are putting out templates and moving cards on the template and stuff like that? Because that's what this is.
I
It
like.
just seemed
I love that.
I like the
Love it.
cards.
Really?
I like it okay.
Okay. Because I
I
don't.
would rather
it's
than
just
just be
not my style of
spaces
game.
on a board.
Yeah.
The thing I like about cards, though, is, you know, what they show here. That is a ton. That's tens of thousands of dollars worth of miniatures
Right. Exactly.
and 8 decks of cards.
Sure. That's a.
Yeah.
And you can't sleeve your miniatures normally. Here,
Oh, yes, you
can sleeve your
yes,
miniatures.
you can. Yes, you can.
I would need to know basically how complex this is, because this is a lot of numbers, and this is the way they have this set up. It's not even that different than the Battleground Fantasy Warfare.
the one you love.
Actually, is this Battleground Fantasy Warfare?
I don't know. Did this company make Battleground
There we
Fantasy
go.
Warfare?
No, that's another company.
Ah. Uh-huh.
Well, now I'm wondering.
Here we go. Here we go.
Teburu.
No, they made Frontier Wars. Aren't we sitting on Frontier Wars? It's
And
in
they
the-
made that 2GM one, which I know is pretty popular too. They've done a few
Okay.
releases of that.
All
All
right.
right, wait a minute. This really feels like Battleground Fantasy Warfare. It has an attack, a range attack, defense, morale. There's no spot to give them a value. Well,
How about
there's
the
not
generals,
generals,
though?
no, and there are actually. Wow, this feels very similar.
You gotta get on this, Tom. I know you love that Battlegrounds whatever thing.
Yeah, you need the retailer pledge. For
I do like Battleground Fantasy Warfare, but one of the things I like about it is the fantasy part, because I get to
Oh.
use dinosaurs going up against undead.
okay, yeah.
Right.
You don't like Rome as much. You're saying you're over it. If Rome fell, you wouldn't mind.
I would fiddle.
Would you be in on this if it was called Traianus? Would that be the thing that would take you?
Let's move on here. All right, an empty throne.
So this is from Small Box Games.
Right.
That is John Cloudus. That's his company, and this is his design. His stuff for me, and he mostly does this kind of game,
Yes.
small games, very dense, small games. They're kind of hit or miss for me.
100%.
His games always look good.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but that man really knows how to find good artists to work on his games.
Distinctive artist, at least.
Yes.
Distinctive, yeah, and I do like the art. I think this game looks very good. I also find that he generally tends to over-design. Like this game, I guarantee you, I haven't looked at this, but I guarantee you there's like 6 phases and all sorts of stuff. He just designs a small game that feels like a big game.
Right.
That sometimes works really well. Sometimes it feels overwrought.
Do you know who he reminds me of a lot as a designer?
Like physically?
No, but
Okay.
in like their design philosophies, is
Nancy.
Carl Chuddick.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
both
sort
very
went
kind
to
of
the same school a little
iconoclasts.
bit.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They're not always pretty. They're kind of messy, but they're always unique. You know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
So, Small Box Games was bought by Colossal Games.
Now they're gone.
And
yeah.
then they produced a trio of games, which honestly looked pretty good. That
yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Neolithic.
Neolithic, the Merchants of Muziris or something like that.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Right. Keep.
And
yes.
in the process, they made a John Gladys designed Mezzo, which you like a lot.
That's my favorite of his games.
But then they separate it back out, and he's back to these small box. One of the things I don't like about small box games, other than the hit and miss, because I have really liked some and I've hated some, is besides the art, the components have always been very meh. He uses that little plastic shell.
Well, they're very
That
inexpensive
stack, you know what I'm
games.
talking
Like,
about?
it's
What
like
is
a
it?
one-man.
And they're also small print runs, too.
Yeah, but I kind of want it to look a little nicer, and they
get
look
it.
nice as colossal games.
Yeah.
So I hope that this still looks good. It looks like it's just cards. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think he has a lot of repeat, business, if you put it that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
that like his games tend to back all of his games because they're relatively inexpensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're like 10-day campaigns.
This is
So-
a little bit like Bud and Shy, sort of
Yeah.
a similar
Okay.
model,
Right.
very
Yep.
small. Mm-hmm. He's got his style, his type of thing.
Right.
And if that's worked at least a couple times in the past, it's worth the low price point.
Right, right, exactly. This one is kind of tempting for me, I'll tell you. I
Yeah.
like the fact that it's a two-player only game. I do like the look of it.
Yeah.
I looked through it and I got a hint of that, like, Mr. Cloudus, back off a little bit feeling. Like, you don't need this much going on. There's one image, if you go down where there's a spread of cards, and the ones in the middle that looks correctly set up, like on a table. There, I think. Those in the middle, the horizontal ones, seem to have a lot of text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there. But what if this ends up being a little bit of a Ratlands kind of game? Then that's cool, and that would be something I'm into. So I am tempted by this. There's not a lot of games I'm considering backing this week. This is one I am considering. So
All right.
All right, Throw Octopus. A challenging tile placement puzzle game for 1 to 5 players set in a magical octopus world of a tropical reef.
Woo.
Which looks like a pile of brains, but
No, but those are animals or something. Be careful.
Be
going
careful
down.
going. Be careful scrolling down.
That's too far. Stop. Back up. Back up. Yeah, that's it. That's as
can I
far
play
as
the
you go.
video?
I've got a
Yes.
couple
Yes,
of
the video's
issues.
fine,
I've got a
yeah.
couple issues with this.
Is that the throwing octopus?
Yeah. No.
Because that's mine.
My biggest issue is that this seems to be marketed kind of as a family game at least, maybe even a kid's game. And the game itself seems to be very simple. Play a card,
Yeah.
try to complete a thing to take that card to make somebody do something stupid. But then, for one reason or another, they decide to add this not safe for work thing.
Right.
Okay? I just feel like it doesn't fit. It's like, oh, we've got to get the Cards Against Humanity people. We've got to get you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, it seems so, I don't know, it seemed very cynical to me for a game that doesn't seem to fit that. Now all of a sudden we're going to throw that in there to try to get, I don't know.
I agree.
I'm not
It's
a
just
prude, right? I mean, I don't care. It just seemed odd. I'm not. It just seems
It's
like
a
an
weird
odd
fit.
Right.
It is,
Just a weird
right.
fit.
The only thing I could think of is are they trying to kind of do everything in one? Like, oh, here's a game you can play with your family, but then if it's game night, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
And just
right.
for those people that buy their games at Target and have one, so maybe we're not the audience. That's the only bone I could throw this project.
Right.
It looks really bad.
Also-
I think
Yeah,
it
also,
looks.
if you throw an octopus at me, I'm throwing a fist.
That's the thing. Yeah, you throw an octopus at somebody and then they
happening.
lose their turn.
They're gonna lose something.
Just no, we
wanna
need
throw
an
it-
excuse.
I want to get somebody, not me, of course, because I don't want to get hit. I want to get someone to throw an octopus because I want to see a fist thrown.
yeah,
It's just.
it's happening.
This looks terrible.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not
I mean,
in.
and it looks. Here's why I'm. It's irksome as it is because that video's well made.
Yeah.
They seem to have
Right.
put together a nice looking page.
Yeah.
If you could tell that they were hurting, Tom, go back up. Go back up. If you could tell that they were barely able to sort of make ends meet to put together this page, and it looked,
Yeah.
amateurish, I'd be like, oh, they're following a trend. They're trying to
Right.
make money. Okay. No, this looks well put together, nicely animated.
It's not
They
their
got-
first game either.
And yet, the
Right.
game itself, matching tiles, looks passable at best.
Yeah.
And then when you do match a thing, you draw a card from another deck, which is somebody skip a turn, or somebody do something stupid, or it hurts you.
Right.
And then, of course, the octopus that you throw and literally does nothing. We wanted to include one because we might sell more copies by putting a crocheted octopus in this.
That's
That's where the whole game started.
So lame.
Yeah.
This is
Somebody got an octopus for Christmas, didn't know what to do with it.
Let's move to something better.
No, let's keep talking. Go down a little bit, in fact. I want to show something.
Age of Lincoln.
It's Lincoln.
Oh, that's Julius Lincoln.
Age of Rome. Now this one looks
Orange
really
Julius
good.
This is in Z's top anticipated games of 2022.
I do remember that.
And it looks really good, doesn't it?
It looks good.
This looks better
really
than
good.
you had led us to believe.
I didn't even realize. I don't know why I'm so enamored with those acrylic
Translucent
things
plastic
that you
things?
stack on top of each other. I'm like,
I know.
those look great.
Yes.
Those look so great. Yeah,
This whole thing looks really
it
neat.
looks neat.
Yep.
It looks neat.
There's a lot going on. I
Yes.
like that the boards look like scythe boards or something. The rotating board is cool.
Yeah.
The whole thing has a quality look to it. Like if you didn't know what company was putting this out, and you looked at this, who would you guess? You guess one of the big players.
Yeah.
With how good these videos, animations,
It's true.
look, and how good the whole
this
thing
is
looks.
an amazing
This
project.
is really weird that it's a first time.
Yeah.
I was saying,
game.
Telling you.
my only concern though with the rotating board in the middle is you're also putting, they're not meeples, but little things out on it. I
Yeah.
think in the it looks like you take those off before you dotate maybe, but does it have things standing up when you're turning the middle
I don't
console
know.
thing? Because that just seems like a fiddly mess if so. That was my only concern because I mean there they are. Again, they're not meeples, the statues, whatever they are, the wooden bits.
It looks good.
What?
This stuff looks good. Sorry.
It does look good.
It does, but yeah, that was the one like
And you're
concern
building
is,
your
is it going to be
pantheon? Yeah.
is it going
I
to be
don't know.
fiddly in that middle? But other than that, I'm really intrigued. I really
Once again, I ask
liked
who
what I
the
saw.
designer is.
It might be a first-time designer. I'm not sure.
It's Marcus
Marcus Antonius. Wow. It's been a while since he's put out anything.
A2, Marcus?
These people all look at this. This is like just sheer unhappiness.
Yeah. They're very.
Guy's not happy. Cassius is even unhappier, and Livia, someone just farted in the same room she was in.
And there you are. Metal coins, Tom. Metal coins.
That's it.
I like
Okay.
the cool
That actually has me the
I'm in.
least. I like those screen printed meeples a
Yeah,
lot
but
myself.
those are in the deluxe edition already.
This is really. That's a great.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Screen printed
Fantastic.
screen printed meeples, the acrylic tiles. That like there's so much of this. Oh.
Yeah. Putting that little
Drool, yeah.
pantheon together. It looks good. It looks really good.
It's a well put together page for sure. And here they got no shortage of videos talking about it.
Right.
Every bit of it looks well put together, including, like you said, that road, which is the unlockables. Yeah.
There we
There
go.
it is.
There's a design.
Vangelis.
Ooh.
Sounds like a Greek team.
Don't know if I
Vangelis
know.
Avthemiou.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
This is going to be dangerous.
Well, now I'm going to do it on top of Throw Octopus. I'm assuming no one's picking that for their pick of the week.
Correct.
I think that's safe.
BGG. There we go.
His first board
His
game
first
is
board
Age
game
of
is
Rome.
Age of Rome. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's a good first game.
If you click that, click Age of Rome,
It's going to take you to Throw Octopus.
go ahead and click it, then you can look at the other designer from it.
I just did.
Oh, there's two designers.
I just clicked the other one.
Really?
Okay, I guess we're no longer
Okay.
showing that. Okay.
I'm confused.
Oh, did it die up there, Roy? Oh, there it is. Sorry.
We didn't
Okay,
look
and
at
the other
Andreas.
one- and the other one is also
A
first
first-time
designer.
designer?
Time, so 2 first timers.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, hopefully it's good.
Okay.
It looks amazing.
Roy, I think we've lost.
Uh-oh.
No, that's weird.
It's just
It was just that one page.
Okay.
Who
Okay.
knows? All right.
What happened?
Nothing now. All right.
Everything's
Kodem.
great.
Mystic Roots. I can't pronounce those words. Races, Mysticas, Mystic. Oh, it's the same thing.
Maybe don't try. That was definitely not what you said. It's just the same thing in Spanish.
Yeah, I figured that out. Okay.
Well, don't ever attempt again. Look at that little fella.
Yeah.
That's cute right there. Some sort of water lizard.
That is not a Pokemon.
definitely
not a
a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
No,
It's
absolutely
a
not.
Poke
No.
Beast.
Oh.
It's very different, legally distinct from a Pokemon. So trading card game.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys were kind of going back and forth.
We
You two trying to
worked
figure out if
Really hard to find out.
it was like in English at all
Yeah.
or only
Yeah.
Spanish. Was it?
Yes, the biggest mistake I think they have made is that they don't specifically say anywhere like on this main area that I can see that
Oof.
you can get an English copy of it,
Right.
Because all the cards are in Spanish and you know, even though the page is in English, these cards are all in Spanish. But if you go to the FAQ,
Yeah.
one of the questions on there is, can you get an English version of the game? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
You can get an English version of the game, but I just wish they'd been a little bit clearer about that.
Yeah, more straightforward.
We had to work, like I said, pretty hard to figure that out. I mean,
yeah.
like-
But look, again, this is, you know,
What's the name of that? The duck? Does that mean anything?
No. Navi
Navi de Quack.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
It's like an angel duck?
I
Sure looks
guess
like
so.
it, yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't mean anything.
I do think that it's cool that this is coming from a Mexican publisher. I don't know that we've really come across a lot of them. We've had some Spanish publishers, you know, DeVere and things like
Sure,
that.
sure,
but
yeah.
I'm not thinking of a lot of Mexican publishing houses that we've kind of come across yet. So that's cool.
Hey, look, they're showing a whole lot more cards than some of these million-dollar
absolutely.
projects.
Way
100%.
more.
Yeah.
They're actually showing you what this looks like.
Yes.
And you
Right,
can
right.
decide if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the
You don't
artwork,
need to show us the backs.
you got to see the backs,
Gotta have
Tom.
the backs.
Just
Wait,
in
how far is this card?
case.
There we go. That's the team.
Okay,
I
yeah.
zoom out.
There,
here.
oh, that's better.
Well, I want to
Yeah,
zoom in on there.
there's a lot of artwork there. I do think the artwork, there's a lot of different styles mashed up together. I'm not a huge fan of that personally. But it's a neat world. It's not the most original one,
Yeah.
but there is some interesting looking stuff in there. And obviously you have to be into trading card games
Yeah.
and excited about that. This gets a little more credit from me than some others that just don't seem to put the effort into the page
Right.
itself, the
Yeah.
thing you're trying to sell me, you know? Show me a bunch of cards. Show me
Right.
videos. Show me
Yeah.
a lot of things. Don't just tell me, don't just do a write-up describing your game. I can do that. How about a fake game? That
Yeah.
I have, kind of. So you gotta show me what's going on, and they do.
Yeah, a little more validity to it.
Keep them
Right.
rolling to the Rhine.
This is all you, Tom.
Yeah, this game apparently has a Dice Tower seal of
Well,
approval.
it
has a
talks about
quote.
it.
You
Has a
are
quote
the
from
first
you.
quote.
It's like you're
Right
all
there,
over this
you already
page,
answered.
Tom.
So, I
What
have
would
not.
you say?
I
Would you
have
say
not-
it's a very
Is
solid
that a
game?
solid game?
But what were you expecting?
We have the sequel. We have the sequel to this. It's been sitting in that room for a while. It's Race to the.
Race to the Rhine? No, that's right. That's that
No,
one.
we have one. We have one over
We
there
do.
that is in the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say same universe, but that's our universe. Same series.
Series.
So in this
Line.
game, you are a bunch of allied forces,
Okay.
and you're just racing across Germany as fast as you can. And you're like, it's not really a fighting game. It's more of a
Okay.
logistics game. Like, can I get there? And what's the fastest route that I'm going to go through? I don't want to get cut off from behind.
Right.
I liked it.
Interesting.
It's unique. It's interesting. I haven't played it in a long time, so I'm going to have to go back. And I mean, I've been meaning to play the new one actually.
All right.
So, what is the new one? Is it down here? No. Well, maybe it's from Phalanx. Maybe they show the. Maybe the other one's down here. Or maybe that one was made without.
Is it 1941?
No.
No.
Maybe that one was made without it being kickstarted. Oh no, Race to Moscow.
Yeah,
that's it. Race to
yeah.
Moscow. You're right. It is
Oh,
1941.
that is sitting back there on the shelf, yeah.
All right.
That's right.
All right. Village Pillage, Robin Hood expansion.
This is also you. Because you reviewed the original Village Pillage, Tom.
You're all over this.
You are all
Over,
over this.
my
Okay.
gosh.
That's you right there.
I don't like this name, this Robin Hood. It's like, come on now. I mean, it made me laugh in that one game. But Village Pillage is a fine game. There's nothing. This whole Mensa select thing is like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
Because the game is not that complex. You
Right.
are just picking cards, and it's a big giant rock paper scissors.
Okay.
But as the game goes by, you'll get cooler cards
Okay.
that. Then I think, okay, now Mike has a cooler card that doesn't just gain him something, it gains him and does this. So
Right.
now I'm going to play the card that cancels that, but he knows I know that.
I
yada,
do like
yada.
the look of those cards, actually.
Well, this is from
really?
Bluebeard.
Oh.
Bluebeard stuff is really pretty. I don't know if
Yeah.
you remember that Lady and a Tiger game.
I do, yes.
Oh, yeah,
Their stuff,
yeah.
their stuff is fantastic. I haven't seen them on Kickstarter in a long time. I wasn't even sure these guys were still around. When's the last time? Yeah,
Oh,
this was
wow.
canceled. Oh, Cartouche.
Cartouche, yeah.
remember
Did that ever
one.
come out? I remember looking at that.
Yeah.
I think I backed it, and I don't have seen
French
it
toast.
yet.
You went right past French toast.
And I like Dracula's Feast. That's fine. Yeah, if there's one thing these guys have, it's great art.
They do have a very
Great art.
I'd
distinct,
say it's-
cool look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's distinct, but it's not
All
for
right.
me.
You don't like it.
I don't care
You
for
hate it, okay.
Also,
Yeah.
if you go to
To
a
be very
convention
clear,
and they
it's
have a
trash.
jar of jelly beans, that's there for people to guess how many are in
Not
it.
to eat.
Not to just grab a handful
Huh.
and eat them.
That sounds just hypothetically.
That's a totally hypothetical situation.
Okay.
All right. Date it.
This is a very VHS heavy crowdsurfing week.
There's a couple,
Yeah.
yeah. I love this. The tagline is great. A trivia game so simple, anyone can play it.
Yeah.
Maximum effort.
Original.
Yeah, you really worked at that one.
It also at some point talks about trivia game for people who are terrible at trivia.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Yeah,
it
it's
is
like
a
just one of-
trivia game. Like, no, you're just good at this other kind of trivia. Like it doesn't
There's
change it
nothing
up.
there. It's just
No,
like
no, no, this-
absolutely minimum effort. No effort to include a pun in the tagline.
Like, literally all you're doing is basically, you can Google 1996. What were the most popular movies? There's a card. What was the most popular song?
Yeah.
There's a card. It's like, it's
I
not-
mean,
Yeah.
and again, this isn't even a bad idea for a game. I tell you a thing, you tell me, you guess it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like Fauna or America, where
Yeah.
you try to be close to something, This is a tiny bit of that. But when this is the entire game, I would accept this more as part of a party game variety pack.
Right. Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like back when they still had, I think they no longer do Cranium, right? Is Cranium now folded?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if Cranium's still around or not, but this seems like a sliver of something you might do in Cranium.
Okay.
Yeah.
This game is dated.
Yeah.
All right. Mercurial.
Mercurial.
Oh,
That
Mercurial.
too.
Oh, you should have let him go for a little bit. Mike,
Sorry, he was
dang
struggling,
it.
man. He was
Mike, I
struggling.
know, but that's when I feast.
That's true.
So what else has David Go made?
The endogenesis, maybe?
Right.
I just played Endogenesis.
Did you? This is also you then.
No.
You're all
Endo-
over his page.
Endogenesis was a game that's almost good. There
Okay.
was just so much work to play it.
This
You know,
looks
Well, this
like
one
there's a lot
definitely
going
doesn't
on.
look
This
like that at
doesn't.
all.
Not at all. Although, I will
No, this
say...
looks more like a straight Euro game. Endogenesis is like a complicated CCG.
This
Yeah.
looks like that too. I'm sorry.
It kind of does, but I'm not interested necessarily in playing it because it looks too convoluted, but I don't hate the way it looks.
I can't not laugh when you say that. And you're
What?
like, two of your favorite companies are the Too Many Bones people.
You're right.
That's right.
And
You're
the
very
Bury Me
What?
Under Cardboard people.
But this is true. But the thing is, the reason why I'm willing to put in
he
that
means
work
Mind Clash.
is that those games are appealing to me, right? So it's like, okay, I'm willing to put in the work. Nothing about this game play-wise is
All
necessarily
right, well, I'm
appealing.
gonna stop.
That's not what
Mike's
I'm getting at.
Negativity. I think
not
this
being
looks
negative.
good.
I think, it looks beautiful.
looks stunning,
Right,
actually.
that's what I was saying.
The artwork is fantastic. The setting is whatever, fantasy. I don't care. But like all the icons on those cards that represent like a spell, the dice, the general vibe. I was talking about how the CCG didn't look cohesive. The artwork. This looks cohesive.
Yeah.
I just don't know, and I agree with you, Mike. If I would like this game,
That's all I was getting
there's
at.
a lot going on in here.
I'm saying I think I am gonna like it.
I
Back
probably. I agree with that. I think you would like
think you
it.
would
This
like
is
it.
your speed, and you're all over this page.
I'm not all over this page.
Yeah, no, I can see. I mean, because you like Summoner Wars and like
I don't think it's like that though.
or like
This feels more like
Ashes and-
it looks
This
a little
this
closer
gives
to
me
Ashes.
a very Ashes,
Yeah,
Rise
that's
of the Phoenix
right.
Born vibe.
Oh, that's great art.
The art is beautiful. I mean,
is
it really is
striking,
very
yeah.
vibrant.
All right. Folks, you don't need to play a game anymore. We now have the fully automated board game, which is solely in this thing because I found that name amusing.
And Mike's going to tell us all about it.
I have no idea what this game is. I couldn't
None
figure
of
it
us
out.
quite know what the game is. As far as I can tell, it sounds like a bit of a convoluted social deduction game.
Right.
In which you are either a lower class person trying to either just go and make a buck or steal a robot, or you are a higher up and trying to just make money by having people work under you. I don't know.
Right.
Again, it's a convoluted social deduction style game.
Am I not incorrect that this is the third board game that now exists with the theming of communist robots?
Well, you had of communist robots.
I'm not making that up.
Well, you had that Red Outpost. Was
very
that a robot
specific.
game?
No, it was
that
just
had
communist.
mechs. Okay. What are the other ones? I'm not thinking of.
Wasn't the one called communist robots or socialist robots or
Oh,
something?
really?
I forget.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. This
remember.
theme doesn't
This
appeal to
one's-
me at all.
Yeah.
And I like robots. All right, moving on. Who cares?
Here we go.
Levitating
Guys, I got
dice.
it. Okay,
Do it. You got to do it.
I love this. So we're playing
Turn down the
D&D.
volume. It's on.
So we're playing D&D.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And the DM is like,
Oh!
he rolls a die, and I'm like, prove it. And he's like, look. I'm like, witchcraft.
That's fantastic.
On one hand, this is cool, right? I mean, it's a cool thing.
It's a neat
It's not new.
conversation.
These
No.
levitating whatevers have
Right.
existed for a while. And a levitating die, I'm cool, but you're not going to use it.
No.
This is something you leave out because it's
Right.
cool looking
Right.
and a conversation piece.
It's also $100 for one D20.
So expensive.
Saw that?
And if you look at the dice, aren't even that nice. Like, and they
Yeah.
did say the funding is to help and
Sure.
increase the quality and that kind of stuff. So I get it. We're looking at prototype. But yeah, this is something I'd want to put on a bookshelf. But in the middle of the game, you don't want to be like. I mean, you watch the video and they're like, oh, hold on, let me put it back on.
Oh, and we all have
Like,
experience.
every
Camilla, you weren't here
time.
when the clock was here.
Having to put the sphere
I got
back on.
a clock that had this metal ball that was supposed to levitate around. Were you involved with
No,
that?
but I heard about it.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And just like
And you're
get
like-
it set each time, right? And then too, it has to be plugged in. So like as you're playing, you have to have this cord so that you can put your dice back on or die back on. It's just like
this is not for playing. They're
Yeah.
selling it that way, which is actually kind of unfortunate.
yeah,
I think if they leaned into the decoration,
yes.
geeky merch decoration,
Yeah.
that's cool,
Show it
man.
show it on the calyx, you know.
And at that
like,
point,
they're
and then at that
centerpiece, like,
point,
yeah.
if it's decorative, you can charge this amount of money.
Yeah.
And I would be less sort of like, whoa, for dice?
Yeah.
Well, not for dice, for a thing, for
Sure.
a decoration.
That being said, people are buying this.
They are buying. it.
I
But
do
if
think it's cool.
But it's that much. I want to be able to like reach out and actually spin it and then it stop, like while it's levitating.
I want to be
That's
able
what I
to
wanna be able to
summon
do.
the
I'm saying,
die
that's
into
right.
my hand. I want to be
I
able to
want
do one of
witchcraft.
these, and it goes.
Right.
Ping.
Okay, but I could see like the
That's worth the
I have
holy hand
expectations.
grenade.
Yep.
I could see leaving that there and like you're playing through the RPG, and then at one moment you're like, bring out the die.
Right.
Yeah.
And you
That's
slide
an
it out.
expensive one moment though.
Well, that's how role players work.
That's
Okay.
right.
Well.
Also, I'm charging
Now I
everyone
know.
$20 cover charge to come in and play.
Continuing our great names week
Ooh.
here, made up movies. Come on, you got to give them garbage about that. That's a terrible name.
No, it's
What's
yes,
worse,
it's
the
bad.
name or the cards where you have to like pitch your movie while playing peekaboo at the same time?
And then pitch one. What was the one I saw them in the video? Pitch one in a made-up language.
Yeah, that's always good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Great.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I miss 1993.
Yeah, so the idea is you've got budget cards, right? And it's just one of those judging games.
Yeah,
Everyone has to
make
get
up
up
a
there,
movie.
make up a thing.
Yep.
Someone's going to play a card after you've done it to make you do something stupid.
I
Kind of sound
hate
like,
this
but wait, there's
so
more.
much.
Kind of gave me that
Yes.
vibe.
And then you give your budget cards to whoever you think did it best.
Right.
We don't got time for this. Moving on.
More
1985,
VHS.
Sharp Edge VHS Dice. This is combining 4 previous projects.
Right.
I
yeah.
know. This is everything.
All right,
They
Z.
look cool.
This
Come with it, Z.
like
Come with it here.
These look really neat. I like
Yes.
some of these very
Yeah.
much. I like
Right.
the packaging, though I'm not sure I get it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand what makes these 1980s VHS dice.
No, they come in a VHS cassette.
No.
But I was thinking,
No, they
And
do.
they look like their 1980s vibe.
They do?
Why?
I don't
That's
get that.
no. I don't see
was
that
like,
at
all
all.
that pretty stuff in the middle. I was wondering, is it the actual tape from in the VHS? No, it's not. It's
No,
just
it's
pretty
Child of the
flat
90s, you
paper.
wouldn't understand.
It's a piece of foam. How?
But besides
Yeah,
that,
there we go.
The price on these bad boys. Did you see this?
Tom, how much would you pay for those? Don't look. Oh, you looked.
No, I would have said I would have paid $40 at the
Really?
most. Yeah, at most.
Tom, I got some dice I want to show you in the other room.
No, they got to be good-looking dice. And
I'm sorry, they're not 40. They are $70.
$70.
For one set of dice.
It even says at one point in the campaign here, they're so pretty we can charge you extra or something like that. Like that's what they're like that's one of their quotes in
now
here.
that takes some gumption.
I was like, whoa. And then I saw the price and I was like, and you did it.
But I guess from what I can tell, and Roy knows more about this than I do, but these are like hand-poured resin dice. I guess he's hand-pouring, hand-polishing, he or she, I don't know, all of these. So I don't know if they're being mass-produced.
Roy, let's get on this. Let's make our own money.
There you go.
$150 each. $150
No, we're
each.
charging $100. Because we'll make them look better.
100 more.
Mr. Meeple Board Games T-shirts 5th anniversary. I'm sure that you all knew this date was coming.
We did the 4th anniversary last year.
Did we?
Yes.
don't-
100% we covered it.
Really?
Yeah, we covered it. We've covered Mr. Meeple before.
I do remember the skull. You had mentioned you liked that shirt, I think. I don't remember.
I don't remember. I like a lot of these. I think
I
these
like the
look
Wanderer. I
good.
thought the Wanderer was really pretty.
All right, let's go through. Do you like the Meeple one, or is that
No,
overused?
That was his
overplayed.
original design.
I think
That's
it's just overdone at this
Skull?
point. Yeah.
Skull I don't hate.
I
Yeah.
like it. It's a Meeple for the
It's kind of
nose.
like a Day
The
for the Day of the
wildest
Dead.
game? I don't get it.
That's garbage.
Nah.
Wanderer?
Yes, that's
Camilla.
cool. It's the
Really
outside
pretty,
of a
yeah.
Meeple, right?
Yeah. But it's not a sharp line. It kind of like fades
Yeah,
out, so
fades.
it's like a little bit.
That's one of the
twisted.
better uses of a Meeple I've seen.
Right.
It
'cause
is,
It
'cause
doesn't
it doesn't
throw Meeple in your face.
beat you over the head with it.
Right.
Dogs, that's beating you over the face.
That's Chris
That's-
Yee right
yeah.
there.
There you go,
That's Chris's
the
shirt.
Board Conqueror?
No.
The question mark?
I'm assuming
want the
that
question
doesn't.
mark.
That actually,
That's
the
like to
question marks will
come.
be replaced by something.
Right.
Knights of Meeple?
No.
I'm good.
Meeple Nomicon?
That's Z.
Yeah, I could maybe. It's not a great design. I don't
You're right.
love
Yeah.
Pilgrim?
Nah.
it. Yes, I kind of like that.
I was okay with that one. I like the other one better.
Yes. I might get that one.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Go!
Freedom Meeple?
I don't like that
I
one.
don't.
I don't like that pattern.
That's
like-
okay.
Yeah, it
the
doesn't.
pattern,
The
is
pattern
all-
and the shape of the Meeple do
it's
clash.
too much. Right.
Never trust a goblin. Mr. Meeple, well, we're not.
Yeah.
Why would we pay you to support you?
We do it all the time. Why are people buying Nike shirts?
Oh, yeah, I've always asked that question.
I'm just saying, Tom.
Nike should be paying you.
You're advertising that color right now, Tom.
That-
This is outrageous.
That's terrible.
Clearly Reebok red. Okay.
Right. Look, you've been around for 5 years. Obviously, you
they're
know,
cool
it's been,
shirts.
yeah, it's been
They're
doing all
cool.
right. Yeah.
They're neat designs.
I think I wish, and this is just like a personal stylistic gripe, I wish that they would provide V-necks for girls. There
No,
you are.
that's a big
Because
deal.
Why is it's so frustrating as a girl that everything is always high crew neck?
Yeah.
Anyway, throwing that out there.
It's like, you know, more than 50% of the population. Maybe you want to have
Maybe
something.
you
yeah.
want to listen to them.
More than 50%
that
of the
they
population
want
want.
V-necks.
Are women.
Are women what?
What?
It's true.
All right. Handmade Japanese
They
playing
say by
cards
next
for
year-
Hanafuda.
85% of the population.
Guys, I've done my part.
Oh goodness, you really
I've done my part.
Bunch of
We
Tom
appreciate
Raffles
it. Yeah,
running
there you
around.
go.
If they
That's,
closed in their statistics and looked at just you, they'd be like 112%.
Patient zero. Hanafunda style cards, but they're like
Hanafuda.
Hanafuda. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
first of all,
but they're like traditional decks, though, right?
they're not red.
That's what I.
They're not red. They're always red. This is weird to me to see them not red.
Yeah.
I think this is a standard deck in that I keep saying
No.
it wrong. I don't want to say it again.
Hanafuda, but
Right.
no, I think that they got several things, right?
Okay.
And these are like handmade, so I'm guessing like handcrafted, hand cut.
Yeah, I mean, he shows him like in going and
Yeah.
putting the sticker on.
I don't really like that feel of like, you know, a handmade deck, but it's the artistry in this is why I would maybe get something like
Yeah,
this. You don't
yeah.
get this to really play the game probably,
Right.
or use the deck, I should say.
It's really artistic.
You
piece,
might, though.
You
It's an
know?
heirloom, you
Yeah.
know?
This is more something you could then put this somewhere, maybe frame it, maybe, I don't know. You could.
I like this game called Baldy Beardy. I also like that
I'm
they.
a co-designer on that.
By the way, I like that there's a lot of games included with this.
Sure.
That's cool. At least they're doing that. They're not just saying, here's this deck. Most people don't know how to play many of these games, at least
True.
here in the U.S.
Right.
But again, I do believe one of these decks is a standard deck in this style. So if
Okay.
you could play like classic
thought
card
so, yeah,
games
I
with
got that.
these
That's
kind
cool.
of
You're talking
cards.
about like a French deck, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Uh-huh.
Obscure land.
Okay, you just ignore the first one.
Oh, okay, no matter what I say, you're going to say
We were
mispronounce it.
waiting.
Feralis.
Oh, come on.
Feralis is what I would have said.
It's not Feralis.
What is it?
Feralis.
That's what I was first going to
I'm
go
just
with.
making that up. I have no idea what it is. I would have said Feralis too. Or Feralis, yeah.
That guy is your friend.
It also definitely sounds like a made-up drug name from, you know what I mean? From,
Feralis.
Yeah. Contact your doctor if Feralis is, you know. Don't take Feralis if you're allergic to Feralis.
I love that one. That's one of my favorite new things I've seen on
That happens all
television.
the time, yeah.
That now they'll tell you shouldn't take a drug
If you're allergic to
if
that
you're
drug.
allergic to that
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
Litigation, man.
I know. It's
I don't
so
like anything about this.
Nah.
Yeah.
I do like one thing about it. I love the logo of the studio. Deer Game Studio. That's a
Very
slick
cool.
logo.
Very slick, yeah.
But otherwise, I bet the game has no interest.
I think this. I put this in the same category as the one we saw earlier, actually, guys. The
It's a good-looking page.
what was the one that was
No,
sort of
this
the,
is dark and nasty looking. The other one looks more interesting.
Which
Yes.
one? Which one are you talking about? I have no idea which one you're
Talking
comparing
about
this
the
to.
one that Tom was like, I would actually get this one.
You compared this to that?
No.
They look kind of similar. I find them similar. You know,
Similar, but I feel like one looks-
monsters or creatures, some dice. You compete over the heart of the Elderwood goat.
I feel like the other one
something,
looks
something. It's
sleeker.
like, okay, yes, sure.
I want an Elder
Why
Wood
not? It's just all the same stuff. It kind of turns into mush. If you quickly showed me an image from this and an image from the other one, I'm like, yeah, that game, yeah. Oh,
don't
it
know,
wasn't
I
the
feel
same
like-
one?
No, the other one was much sleeker, I think. This one, I agree. This
Oh,
one
it's
looks
a-
a convoluted.
No, it's
It's
different
a
company.
different one, yeah. Yeah, because that was Momiji that they did that one.
Huh. Weird.
Huh.
They don't exist?
No, it's just that I thought I heard of that publisher before. There's
Deer Game Studio.
Deer Game Studio and Dear Lord Games. This is the one.
Fantastic.
So they've not actually. That's their
That's
only
their
game.
only one, yeah. Yeah.
Feralis.
I like that logo, though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in this game, unfortunately. All right. Uganda Village Board Game Convention. This is on Crowdfunder,
Okay.
which is a very generic name.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised. I've seen this get a little bit of buzz. I'm surprised this isn't in funding more.
I know. This is such a
Because this is a
great...
really cool thing.
It's a great
Absolutely.
project. It's a great way to, support.
And from what I understand, they've done this before, right? This is their second
right.
time. Okay, because that
Yeah.
was my only thing on maybe that's why it's not funding. Is it's kind of, am I really giving my money to this? I don't know. Maybe I'm
Well, I mean,
forever
the proof,
skeptic
the
with
proof is
charities.
in the
No,
pudding.
yeah.
I mean, that video, you can
But-
see the games behind them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, this having been done already, they couldn't
been
do it
done.
last year because
Right.
of obviously, the state of the world, but they're back. Kids are back in school so they can run these
Yeah.
events, and they need the money to get everybody together. They break it down for you.
Yeah.
It's
They
also
do. I thought it was
free for
really
these kids.
Right.
That's
the money,
awesome.
It's
Yeah,
great.
what the money goes towards is broken
Right.
down in there.
Yep.
You have right here all the images of
To
the
play
kids getting
TI3
together
right there. That
playing.
blows my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they talk about this is what we want to do. These are the games we want to play. These are the
Yep.
booths. Concern, maybe that's why it's not doing well. But I think that the way they present it, the way they organized it, kind of
I
satisfied
think the fact
a
that
lot
it's
of
on
those concerns,
Crowdfunder rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Unfortunately, I think that
Right.
is working against a little bit.
I
yeah.
think
But
I
it's really
talked to them, and I think I don't remember what they said exactly, but I'm pretty sure they couldn't get on Kickstarter maybe because of what country they're in.
Okay.
Anyway, go check
what
this
country?
out.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
definitely.
A great.
This is
Oh,
a
okay,
good
I
one.
meant what they were based. Okay, but okay.
This is a good one to support. That seems
Yeah.
like a great putting your money where your mouth is kind of
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
You want to grow the hobby?
Right.
Here's a great way to do it, right?
The Big Pig game. I don't know. It looks cute.
It looks fine. It looks, at least this doesn't look like super cynical like some of those other ones.
This is
it's
their
like,
fourth one.
I mean,
they've done.
This is
Yeah.
not like
It's safe
a game for 4 of your worst enemies
Right,
or
and
whatever.
it's safe for work.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
Not,
It looks,
There's
it
no
looks
octopus.
cute.
you
yeah,
throw.
there's no octopus.
I like this artwork a
Right.
lot, actually. It's really cute.
Yeah.
The little animations are great.
Right. Well, and that's why I say because sometimes I think people maybe get confused, and I understand it. We'll maybe elbow drop a game and another one that looks very similar we don't. But there are some pretty subtle differences that make a huge, effect on my opinion on something like this. Where again, this one seems to be like not cynical. This is what we're doing. This is what we're targeting. This is clearly our market. If you like it, go for it. If you don't, don't.
I agree. I agree. There is a intent.
Yeah.
Being able to read into that intent, or maybe think you can. You know, I don't know.
Right.
That feeling of this is simple but honest, and they know what they're doing, and you can. This is a small project. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It doesn't look interesting to me.
Right?
No.
But this is cute and kind of pure. So, yeah.
All right, jumping over to GameFound for another game in that same kind of category. Therefore, Northwood, a solo trick-taking game. Explain this to me, Mike.
Take it away, Mike. You're all over this place.
I'm actually really intrigued by this. The idea behind, just the idea of it. It sounds like ridiculous. Can it actually work? The way it was described sounds like it actually could potentially work, where you are playing to these different kind of stacks, and you have to follow traditional trick-taking rules, where each one of the people you're trying to. Or not people, each one of the characters you're trying to kind of win over are a particular suit, and they will set the trump for that particular suit, and you're just trying to win basically a certain number of tricks.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
the same people make Black Sonata.
How it gets more restrictive as you go.
And Marquis, too. Two really good solo-only games. So I'm actually very intrigued by this because, it's a small box game. Solo trick-taking, cheap. I'm definitely going to try this.
I really like how it looks.
It came from that BGG contest, didn't it? When this the winner of that BGG contest.
Yeah, okay, very cool.
Like a 54 card the contest they did.
Right.
Okay.
And this has grown a little bit. There's more than the 54 cards in there now, but not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. It's a cute looking game that seems like it stands out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Dead by Daylight, the board game. Is Dead by Daylight? Oh no. Okay, we talked about this in the news.
Yeah, it's a video game.
It is
because
a video game.
this is level 99, and I was kind of surprised because this looks nothing like their other games.
Right.
Level 99 has done a lot of anime-style games. They're all set in the same universe. BattleCon.
Go up. The thing that's intriguing to me. No, go down to where they actually got the specs. 3 to 5 players, light, 45 minutes. If that's legit. Then I'm more,
especially because
I'd be more willing to actually try something like this because it's like, oh, okay, a light, kind of a survival horror type of a feeling thing. I'd give it a shot for 45 minutes.
One versus all, I really like that also because one versus all the other ones I've played.
Who would you play as?
Obviously the one. You get to hang them on
Then you're not
hooks to
playing it
kill
with
them.
Tom then.
You get to take and
No.
hunt them.
I'm going to allow her to be the serial killer. Okay. I will cede that to Camilla.
And you lure them in and hang them up on hooks to kill them, and then.
All right. Well, which killer would you want to be here?
Oh my gosh, I don't
know. The
know.
trapper, the wraith, the hillbilly, the nurse, the hag, or the doctor? Do you like horror movies?
No.
Okay.
Do you like murder?
Yes.
Do you like scary movies?
I like suspense and thrillers. I don't like gore. That's what I get out of horrors. The horror is the
Fair
gore.
enough.
I don't like gore.
I don't like gore in my movie. I don't want to see the innards gurgling. I just want a still shot of it. Anyway, see?
Gurgling innards. That was the name of my high school band.
You still haven't picked which one of these you want to be.
Oh man, I
Gurgling
can't see
innards.
from here.
The gurgling innards is
What's that
actually
first
not a
one?
bad
there you
name
go.
Good
Back
name
up.
for
for a band.
Go down a little bit. Oh, who's that? The Wraith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be the Wraith. Oh, yes. Look at it.
They all look pretty scary.
They all do. Terrifying, yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna be the guy with the finger guns. I got the finger guns. What's his name?
Ace.
Fine.
Of course it's Ace.
I can't see it. Oh,
Ace.
All right. Yeah.
You know Ace is the first to die, though, guys.
I'll be
Yes,
Dwight.
he will.
I guess I'll be Dwight. He's going like this. Oh.
You could be Dwight.
I'm gonna be, I think,
can't
Meg.
see
Meg
that.
looks like the survivor.
Yeah.
She can try.
Meg's the final girl.
She's going on a hook.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, children. Welcome
I
to
haven't-
the. Oh wait, there's more.
None of us have played this video game, right? So we don't know anything about
The
that.
clownsy.
Oh, great.
Wait,
So
who has the axe? Who is that? Go back up.
Hook mini.
go back up. You have to show Camilla the one with
Go
the
in
axe.
with
That's the
the
huntress.
Oh, it's also a rabbit, so you got that going for you too.
That's like that.
It's a
almost like
mask, I bet.
And it has a stabby knife. Yep.
But look at all
Stabbing
these.
Stabbing knife as opposed to a poking
Like
knife?
As in a shivving knife.
Oh,
knife.
okay.
Yeah. there's
Shivving knife
a
or
shivving
stabbing knife?
Yeah.
It's overhand. All right, moving on. This is getting a little too. All right, the second last. All right. No, this is last. Multicolor custom commander deck boxes for Magic the Gathering. So, I know you guys don't care, but I was a little interested in this.
It looks good, but oof.
It does not. That finish doesn't really look good, right? The plywood sort of look on the outside.
These
I
almost
didn't
feel like
like.
prototypes.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they are indeed, but are they going to be better than this? I don't know. The
I'm a big fan of-
laser edging is cool. I like that, and the plastic inside with the wooden outside. Yeah, okay.
I love that wood / acrylic combo.
Yeah.
I really do. When I have things like that, I don't know, it just looks
I like
cool.
it. I like when you see one of them, but when you see it all together, I think it's missing that continuity, and so I just have concerns over, are you picking different kinds of woods, or is that just, continuity issues? It
The
didn't
variability of like the grain and the color.
Like, go back up to the picture. Yeah, there's like different color, like the very top one when it had all the different boxes together. There was okay, yeah, so I guess it is different
Might also
kinds
be-
of woods, but it didn't look too random. But I like one, if you see just one.
I do like the fact that if you remove the deck and there's any sort of light bleed through it, it'll light up that. That
I would like to see a
plastic,
dice tower that has this wood and acrylic together.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's cool. And then you can put some
Very cool.
LEDs in there, right? Maybe a hook to hang people from. Camilla's in
I'm all in.
Roy, do we have a clip or no?
the hook with a light in it. Oh.
No
All
clip.
right, we got we're running a little bit late, so we got just a
we
couple
are.
non-board game clips for you, things for you today. I've been sent a ton of these, and you can send me them at tom@dicetower.com. A couple things to note. Please don't send me a project that ended 3 years ago, or that is ended in general. And sometimes I won't pick a project because I go, I don't want to do I want to either, it has to be one of two things, cool or stupid. Or both.
Or stupidly cool.
Both
We'll let you know which one it
works.
is.
Speaking of which, grasshead toy.
Chia.
Definitely not a chia pet.
Yeah.
No, because Chia's hair is shorter than this, right?
Unless you let it
Unless
grow.
you let it grow,
What?
Yeah, what are you doing?
you got to trim your chia pet.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
been a long time since I had a Chia.
Well, now's your
Chia.
opportunity, though.
I
one's
find
for
this
you.
kind of creepy.
How is this creepy?
Did you ever have a chia pet?
No.
Yeah,
I've
me
never-
either.
Did you ever have a pet?
I like the idea
Yes,
of
but
this.
I didn't
terrifying
water it
Z.
and then trim it. I don't know. I find it a little voodoo-esque. I'm sorry. Yes. This reminds
How
me
much
of.
are these? Because this is worth putting on
This
Z's
gives me a
desk.
real dark
This is
Caribbean vibe.
Definitely
This thing
worth the joke.
look. I'm not kidding. This thing looks like it's made from 2 coconuts, which is straight up voodoo territory. Okay.
Grasshead's bunny boy is
Candela.
terrifying.
No.
There you go. Give it the evil eye. Yeah, I don't find this terrifying. I just find it stupid. But I do find it humorous that you are terrified by it.
All right.
This is creepy.
On a very similar note, and this one was sent in specifically for Mike. I don't know why. The Monitree.
I'd love to make fun of this, but I think this is actually pretty cool.
What is this? I don't remember.
That's
what
why
it
it was
is.
sent in for him.
It's
See?
a thing that you put around your monitor, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a little syringe that you water, and it grows little vines in the thing. So it's like a little terrarium that goes around your
I agree. That is
monitor.
kind of cool.
It's nice. I mean,
Although
kind of
does
soothing.
it need sunlight?
I don't know because it's got UV light.
It comes with a UV light in case you don't have enough light.
Right.
so
I
you
think
can
it's
still grow
neat.
it.
Now, I don't know how much it costs. That's going to be the big thing. And also,
It was
once
expensive.
it's grown, I mean,
Then it dies.
then it dies.
But I mean, it'll take like 6 weeks or stuff. Then I guess you just start trimming it. So
Maybe.
can you open it from the top and
don't
trim
know.
it?
I'm not going to be trimming. Why is everything
Trimming your
about
monitor?
trimming
So here's
this
what
week?
you need to
trim
do.
your monitor.
You need to.
Like,
What
yeah,
if fragments like
things
get
like-
into the keyboard and whatnot?
You need to shave off your grass head toy and then take the clippings from this.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be like plugs. You know, you're like putting hair replacement surgery onto your grass head toy.
Then you find yourself a chicken, right, on a crossroads. You show up
Right.
at that crossroads at midnight, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you put it in a bag, and you say these words while you spin around the biggest tree. No, we're done.
Oh, it's expensive, but
Yeah,
it's a
No, it's 49. That's not that bad.
That's a
no,
super early
retail is
bird,
70.
though, Tom.
Retail is 70, and that's only for
okay.
half your monitor.
Retail's for suckers.
For your whole
No one's buying
monitor is
retail.
85.
Wait a minute, where are you getting this whole monitor from?
Right there, the double or the single. So do you want it on one corner or two corners?
Oh, I gotta have 2 corners.
Because one would be single.
Oh,
two
that's
would
a
be double.
misleading angle.
Gotta have 2 corners.
They got you.
You know, I think you just have to read.
Does it have to be a Mac?
What do you mean I gotta read? What am I reading there?
One times single. One times the double.
I can't imagine it would have to be a Mac. I think it would just be about the size of your thing, right? No, it's got to be a Mac.
I was kidding.
No, it's got to be a Mac. I knew you were kidding.
You guys are dorks. All right, let's do picks of the week. Camille, what do you got? Are you picking a horror one?
Yep.
Are you really?
Whoa.
Absolutely, I am.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I like the ideas. I mean, everything you said, the one versus all, but it plays short and light so you can get others into it. And I mean, y'all know I'm a sucker for this
Roy,
theme.
can you get me that
Yeah.
water
You
bottle?
know?
I want to
Absolutely.
water Tom's monitor. Right? Sorry. That is cool. I mean, for what it is. I just.
Yeah, I just think it's intriguing with to have a smaller game like this.
Hopefully
Smaller
that
miniatures, a small,
Yeah.
right. It's intriguing. So it's my pick of
hopefully
the week.
that actually is the real deal, that it is
Yes.
45 and a fairly light game.
Right.
Yeah.
Z, I think you're Age of Rome.
Yeah, I think so.
All
That's what I
right.
was thinking.
This was a tough week. I could have gone with like 3 or 4 of these actually. But yes, this was on my most anticipated list that we did some time ago. Looks really good.
It does.
Yes, they're brand new designers, so there's no track record there for you to look at previous efforts and go, I tend to like their style or whatever.
Hey, this is
I like
also
this
mine
company's.
too.
I like the company's style. I'll tell you that. Their graphic design, they're just generally stylistically, it's beautiful.
It's also yours, you say, Tom?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it is also mine. Pick of
This
the.
is also Tom's
Also
pick
Tom's
of the
pick.
week. There we go.
So I had a
It has
tricky.
a spinning board.
Yeah, I had
There you
a tricky time this week because
You thought about this one.
I very much, but there's
No.
only one that I've backed so far. So there's only one I've put my money where my mouth is. So I'm going to give that my pick of the week, and that is Encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia. That's what I
I
thought.
have backed this one, but I very well may back Age of Rome too. I probably will.
You're going to be back in like 6 things from
yeah,
this week.
yeah. So,
Mainly creepy hair.
creepy hair,
Absolutely.
and it may or may not show up on your desk.
You know, I'm really seriously considering.
No, I don't want this
Did you
creepy.
also catch that it's one of those
absolutely
things
worth it.
where the eyes follow you wherever you are in the room?
No,
Too?
okay, no, it's not.
Also, it has to go on a map.
Also has a little voice box that only works after everyone leaves the audience.
Get out!
Alrighty, folks, that's it for Crowdsurfing. All right, we'll be back live tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for Board Game Breakfast. And we have a top 10 that was aired during the Spring Spectacular, but going up again tomorrow, our top 10 games of the classroom.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff going up this week, videos and such. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Camilla Cleghorn.
And I'm Mike Delisio.
Go back last light.